Hello, my friend. Today, I want to share something deeply personal with you. This video isn't just about how to improve your English speaking skills or how to sound fluent in English. It's about something deeper. It's about how to use your voice, how to express real emotion in English, and how to let your energy speak for you. The title of this video is How to Talk Like Me. But it's not about copying my English accent or memorizing my way of speaking. It's about discovering the emotional power behind every word. Maybe you've heard me speak before and thought, why does he sound so different? Or, why do I feel something when I hear him talk? That connection you feel. It's not grammar. It's not advanced English vocabulary. It's something more powerful. It's called real communication. When I speak, I don't focus on perfect pronunciation or flawless grammar. I speak from my soul. I speak from my personal story, my pain, my joy, and my journey. And today, I want to help you unlock your own authentic English voice. This journey is not just about learning English vocabulary or mastering English grammar. It's about learning how to speak English from the heart. Most people speak English using only their mouths, but when I speak English, I speak with my whole heart. Before I open my mouth, I take a breath. I remember who I am, and then I speak with truth and clarity. I never try to sound smart. I don't speak to impress others. I speak to make people feel something. That's how to speak English confidently, by being real. If you truly want to speak English like me, you need to begin inside. You have to stop chasing perfection. Let go of the fear of making mistakes in English. Stop trying to sound like a native English speaker. Put the grammar books away for a moment. Forget the language rules, because real power in English doesn't come from perfect grammar. It comes from your honest voice. The voice that you've been hiding. The voice that wants to be heard. When people hear your real voice, the one filled with truth and vulnerability, they feel connected to you. And that's the kind of English communication that really matters. So take a moment and ask yourself honestly, why do I want to speak English fluently? Is it just to get a job? Is it just to travel or pass an exam? Or is it something deeper? Do you want to speak English because you want to be understood? Because you want to connect with others in a real way? Because you have something inside that needs to come out? Your story, your truth, your feelings? If that's why you're here, then you're in the right place. Because when you speak English with emotion, when you speak like your true self, people don't just hear you, they feel you. You're not just speaking English. You're sharing a part of your soul. When you feel something, show it. Pause when you need to. Take a breath when you feel nervous. Smile when you're happy. Cry if something moves you. Speak English honestly. Never fake it. Because people can always tell when you're pretending, but they can also feel it when you're being your real self. That's when they truly listen. When I speak, I don't think about talking to thousands of people. I imagine I'm speaking to one person, maybe someone like you, maybe someone sitting on a bus, someone feeling lost, tired, or alone. I imagine you there, and I want you to feel this message in your heart. I see you. I hear you. You are not invisible. This is how I speak English, and this is how you can speak too. You don't need advanced English phrases. You don't need a perfect accent. What you need is love for yourself and for others. Be kind, be soft, be strong, be real, because your voice matters. And once you believe that, your English will start to flow naturally. That's the secret behind how to speak English with confidence. It's not about fluency tests. It's not about textbook grammar. It's about believing that your voice is worth listening to. Let me say it again, my friend. This is not a traditional English lesson. I'm not here to teach grammar rules or pronunciation techniques. I'm here to help you speak English from your heart. This is about your voice, your real, beautiful, imperfect voice. The voice that holds your memories, your experiences, and your dreams. This video, How to Talk Like Me, isn't about mimicking me. It's about discovering the freedom to speak like yourself, without fear, without pressure. Maybe you've heard me and thought, why does his voice feel different? It's because I don't just talk, I feel. Every word I say carries a part of my life. I've been through tough times. I've had days when I couldn't speak at all. I've felt lost and unsure. But I've also learned how to turn those feelings into connection. That's the heart of powerful English communication. It's not about being understood. It's about being felt. Most people speak to impress others. I speak to connect. I speak to heal. And if you want to speak English like me, or better yet, speak like your truest self, you must start with your heart wide open. That's where real fluency begins. The truth is, you already have everything you need to speak English fluently. You just need to stop hiding. Stop trying to copy other English speakers. Stop memorizing big English words you don't even use. Real power comes when you speak with honesty, when your words have breath, when your sentences have pauses that mean something. That's how you speak English naturally, by trusting your story, by trusting your emotions, and by having the courage to be vulnerable. Ask yourself again, why do I want to speak English? Is it just about getting ahead, or is it about being heard? Maybe you've had thoughts you couldn't say. Maybe you've had feelings you've never shared. Maybe you've been quiet for too long. I know how that feels. I've been there. And that's why I speak the way I do. I don't speak to fill time. I speak to connect. I speak to remind someone, maybe someone like you, that you're not alone. When I speak, I imagine I'm sitting across from one person. Maybe that person is nervous. Maybe that person is overthinking. Maybe that person doesn't believe their English is good enough. And I want to say, your voice matters. Even if it shakes. Even if it's slow. Even if your grammar isn't perfect. Speak anyway. Speak with love. Speak with truth. Because when you do that, people will listen. Not because you passed an English fluency test, but because your words are real. So here's what I've learned on my journey as an English speaker and teacher. Be honest, be soft, be strong, be human. You don't need to talk like me. You just need to talk like the real you. And when you do that, the world will stop and listen. Now that you understand the heart behind the way I speak, let's take it even further. Let's talk about energy. Let's talk about rhythm. Let's talk about the speaking mindset. These are the things that shape how you speak English fluently and naturally. When someone says, "I want to talk like you," what they really mean is, "I want to feel what you feel when you speak." That feeling doesn't come from perfect English grammar. It doesn't come from complicated vocabulary. It comes from emotional rhythm. It comes from the way your voice moves with your heart. And I promise you, that rhythm is already inside you. Think about this. Have you ever listened to someone speak and felt absolutely nothing? Maybe their grammar was correct. Maybe their accent was clear. But something was missing. Now think about someone who speaks in simple English, but they move you. They make you feel. That's the kind of English I want you to speak. I want you to speak like a human being, not like a textbook, not like a robot, but like someone who is alive, with passion, with presence, with purpose. When I speak, I take my time. I let my words breathe. I let silence do its job. I speak slowly and clearly, but with depth. That's what English speaking rhythm really means. It's not about speed, it's about timing. It's about knowing when to speak and when to pause. Because sometimes the pause says more than the sentence. That's one of the biggest secrets of how to talk like me. I don't throw English words into the air, hoping someone will catch them. I deliver my words, one by one, like a gift. I want the person listening to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel heard, and you can do that too. Let's talk about mindset now, because if you're always doubting yourself, your voice will reflect that doubt. If your mind is stuck in fear, thinking, "What if I make a mistake in English?" Or, "What if people laugh at my accent?" Your English-speaking voice will shrink, it will hide, and the world will never hear the real, powerful you. But when you speak English from a place of confidence, even quiet confidence, everything begins to shift. You don't need to be loud, you don't need to speak fast, but you must believe that your voice matters. That belief is the foundation of speaking English with confidence and clarity. Let me say this clearly. Your accent is not a mistake. Your accent is part of your identity. It tells your story, and your story is valuable. Your voice carries your experiences, your culture, your strength. The way you speak English is beautiful, when it's honest, when it's yours. Some of the most powerful public speakers in the world don't sound like native English speakers. They don't follow every grammar rule, but they speak with truth. They speak with feeling, and feeling is what people remember. Real is powerful. When you speak English, stop focusing on sounding like someone else. Focus on sounding like yourself. Don't try to erase who you are. Celebrate it. Own your voice. Own your background. That's what I do. I'm not here to sound perfect. I'm here to sound real. And that's why people connect with me. That's why they listen. Because when you speak honestly in English, you touch hearts. You create connection. That's the mindset that changes everything. You can do the same. Whether you're speaking English in a job interview, giving a presentation, or just talking to a friend, your voice has value. Your tone, your rhythm, your energy, all of it is part of your message. So speak with emotion. Let silence be your power. Let love be your guide. This isn't just about improving English pronunciation or increasing fluency. It's about learning how to speak English from the heart. It's about communication that reaches beyond words. And here's what you must remember. People won't remember every English word you say, but they will remember how your words made them feel. That's why mindset matters. That's why emotional rhythm matters. That's why your natural voice, imperfect, vulnerable, beautiful, is your greatest tool. You don't have to wait until you speak perfect English. You just have to start speaking real English. Speak slowly. Speak truthfully. Speak with love. That's how to speak English fluently, naturally, and with soul. Now let's talk about how you can actually achieve English fluency, the kind that feels natural, the kind that feels real and strong. I know what you might be thinking. You've probably watched so many YouTube videos on how to speak fluent English. You've studied English grammar for years. You've read books. Maybe you've passed exams. But still, when it's time to speak, something freezes. You hesitate. You translate. You think, my English isn't good enough. I've seen this in so many learners. And I want to tell you clearly, it doesn't have to be that way. Let me give you something real, not English-speaking tips from a textbook, not language learning tricks that you'll forget tomorrow. Just real practical steps to help you stop overthinking and start speaking English confidently, like yourself, like someone who owns their voice. First, talk to yourself every single day in English. Yes, out loud. Yes, even if it feels strange. This is one of the most powerful ways to train your English speaking skills. Go stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and talk. Talk about your feelings. Talk about your day. Talk about your dreams. Let your voice come out. Don't worry about grammar. Don't stop for mistakes. This moment is not for perfection. It's for freedom. The more you speak, the more your real voice will start to flow. That's how you build fluency. That's how you build confidence. Second, you must stop translating in your head. This is the biggest mistake English learners make. You think in your native language, then try to convert those thoughts into English. But that delay, that mental traffic, slows you down. It creates anxiety. It blocks your fluency. It makes English feel heavy. To speak English naturally, you must think in English, even with simple words. Start small. When you wake up, say to yourself, I feel tired, but I'm ready. When you eat, say, this food is delicious. When you go outside, say, the sky is beautiful today. Keep it easy. Keep it natural. Make English your daily language. Let it become part of your inner voice. And soon, you'll stop thinking about speaking English. You'll just do it. This is how real fluency begins, not with big words, but with small, honest thoughts. Not with pressure, but with presence. Not with fear, but with belief. So if you want to speak English fluently, don't chase speed. Don't chase perfection. Speak with purpose. Speak with feeling. Speak with truth. Third, listen to real voices, not just fast ones. Too many English learners believe they must understand super fast English to be fluent. But listen, speed is not the goal. Connection is. Emotion is. Choose voices that speak from the heart, voices that carry meaning. That's how I learned. I didn't just listen to words, I listened to how the words were said. I listened to the rhythm, the silence, the breath. That's what taught me how to speak English with feeling. That's what helped me speak English naturally and confidently, not with fear, but with soul. Fourth, repeat what inspires you. Find a voice, a speech, a sentence that moves your heart, then speak it. Don't just read it, feel it. Repeat it with the same emotion, the same tone, the same energy. This is not copying. This is training your speaking muscles. It's like music. You don't learn to sing by reading notes. You learn by singing. So speak English the same way. Let the words move through your body. Let the rhythm teach your tongue. Over time, your own voice will grow stronger, more fluent, and more natural. Fifth, record your voice every day. I know. It feels awkward. Most people don't like how they sound, but recording yourself is one of the most powerful English speaking practices you can do. It helps you hear what others hear. It shows you your habits, your progress, your strengths, and little by little, you'll notice change. You'll sound more confident, more relaxed, more you. This is how you build real English speaking fluency, by seeing yourself, hearing yourself, and growing step by step. Sixth, speak even when you feel nervous, especially when you feel nervous. Fear is not a sign to stop. It's a sign you're stepping forward. Don't wait to be ready. Don't wait for your English to be perfect. Just speak. Speak raw. Speak broken. Speak bravely. Because every time you speak, even with fear, your voice becomes stronger. Your courage becomes real. And your fluency becomes free. And here's my final tip. Maybe the most important one. Love your voice. Yes, love it. Even if it sounds strange to you, even if it's different from others, your voice is not a problem. It is a gift. It carries your story, your past, your soul, and your story deserves to be told. Fluency is not about sounding like a native speaker. It's about sounding like yourself, without fear. Your voice has power when it's real, not when it's perfect. Fluency is not just about fast English. It's about free English. Free from fear. Free from shame. Free from comparison. English that flows from your heart, not just your head. English that connects. English that makes people feel. That's the kind of English I speak. And that's the kind of English you can speak too. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be real. Now that you understand the mindset, the rhythm, and the emotion behind how I speak, let's talk about something even more important. Practice. Because knowledge is not enough. Watching this video is not enough. If you want to become fluent in English, you have to do the work. You have to practice every single day. But don't worry, this doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to feel like school. In fact, the best way to practice English speaking is to make it part of your life. Not homework, not pressure, just living in English, a little more every day. Let me show you how. Start small, but stay consistent. Every day, choose one topic. That's it. Just one. It could be your daily routine, your favorite food, what you're feeling right now. Then, speak about that topic in English for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a partner. Just your voice, your thoughts, and a quiet space. This is one of the best ways to practice English speaking at home. It's simple, it's powerful, and it works. Record yourself while you speak. I said this before, and I'll say it again, because it matters. Don't aim for perfect grammar. Don't worry about mistakes. Just talk. Talk like you're talking to your best friend. Be open. Be messy. Be real. This is where fluency begins. Not in textbooks, but in trust. Trusting your voice. Use the shadowing technique with emotion. Find a video, a podcast, a speech that inspires you. Play it once, then play it again, and speak with the speaker. Match their voice, match their speed, but more importantly, match their feeling. Don't just copy words, copy energy, copy intention. This is how to improve English pronunciation and fluency at the same time. It's not about sounding like them. It's about finding you. Build a conversation with yourself. This is how you stop translating in your head and start thinking in English. Ask a question. What did I do today? Answer, I worked, I had tea, I felt tired. Then ask another, why was I tired? Answer it. Keep going. Create a back and forth flow. This is natural English. This is thinking in English, the real key to fluency. Practice your pauses. Most learners worry about what to say, but I want you to also focus on when not to speak. Practice silence. Practice breathing. Practice slowing down, because confidence doesn't always rush. Confidence waits. When you pause, your message becomes clear, your words become stronger, and people feel what you say, not just hear it. That's how to speak English powerfully. Use it to talk to yourself throughout the day. Open your voice recorder, or pretend you're sending a voice message to a friend. Just start talking. Say how you feel. Say what you're doing. Say what's on your mind. No script. No grammar rules, just life. This is real English practice, real thoughts, spoken in real time. That's the best kind of speaking practice. No pressure, no judgment, just you and your voice, living your life in English. Celebrate your small wins. Did you speak for 1 minute today? That's a win. Did you record your voice? Even though you were scared? That's a victory. Maybe you made 5 mistakes, but you didn't give up. That's growth. This journey is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. Every time you speak, even if it's messy, you're moving forward. You're growing stronger. You're getting closer to the voice you want to have. Practice with your heart, not just your mouth. If your voice doesn't feel real, it won't sound real. So before you speak, take a breath. Ask yourself, what do I really want to say? Not what you think you should say, but what you feel. Then speak from that place. That's when people really listen. That's when your voice connects. That's when English becomes alive. You don't need special tools. You don't need to spend money. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You just need time, effort, honesty. Talk to yourself, talk to your phone, talk to your mirror, but most of all, talk with meaning. Fluency doesn't happen overnight. It's not something you wake up with. It's something you build, one word at a time, one sentence at a time, one deep breath at a time. So start today. Speak today and speak again tomorrow, not because you have to, but because you want to, because your voice matters. because your story deserves to be heard.